Hello everybody, this is Sharndell Carr. I will be sitting in for Curtis tonight, so we'll wait for a couple of more people to start before we start. Hi there, who's joined us? Type where you're calling from, or sorry, not calling from, but where you're viewing from in the comments to let us know who's here. I'm sure that most of you are expecting to see my handsome husband, Curtis, but he is under the weather today. So I will be taking this role for him today to go over what we've learned in the last 4 sessions. So we're calling this session recap. So hi, Ann. Hi, Mom. Hey, y'all. So again, I'm Sharndell. I'm sitting in for Curtis. He's under the weather, and so we're a team. So as a team, what do? You fill in for those who can't participate, and that's how we keep things moving. So our goal is to remain committed to doing these lives every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. So in order to do that, we have to remain consistent with what we have promised, no matter if Curtis is able to make it or not. So I'm his partner, and I am able to fill in when he can't. So that's why I'm here, and that's why you don't see Curtis sitting here today. So with that being said, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping before I get started. So it is very important that you guys like and share the video, okay? Just simply click the like button and click share. So what this does is it helps to get the word out to people who normally wouldn't see this video because they don't follow Curtis and I, or they don't follow us, the E.L.E.V.A.T.E page. And so by you guys sharing the video, it allows us to reach more people. So that's what we're wanting to do when we ask you guys to share. So please share. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. So I'm Sharndell Carr. I'm Curtis's wife, and I'm also a boy mom. I have boys. Curtis has boys. So we are just a family full of boys. So I'm calling myself a boy mom, and I am also a project manager / business analyst via my corporate experience. So what I do is I help companies look over different opportunities to make improvements within their business processes, and I help them to identify gaps in their processes, and if there is an opportunity for improvement via a technical solution, then I help them to decipher what that solution is and help them work through all of their requirements in order to be able to get to the next level, which is to make improvements in their processes through a technical solution. So that's what I do by corporate experience. And I am also an entrepreneur. I am the owner of Cupcake and a Smile. So I own a bakery here in Houston, which is located in the tunnels downtown. So we operate 5 days a week from 10 to 2. So although I do have a corporate career, I still have a business as well. Hi, Alec. Hi, Karen. Hey, Stephanie. So again, you guys are seeing me instead of Curtis today because he is not feeling well. So I am stepping in, and I will be doing a recap. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am a little bit more long-winded. We're a lot more long-winded than Curtis. So I want to make sure that I respect your time because I do want to go over a lot of information that Curtis has already covered. And so this is going to take a little bit of time. So get your pen, get your paper, and let's get started. Oh, thank you, Ann. So, the first session that we had, Curtis, it was just basically a question and answer session. And so one of the questions, hi, Curtis is watching, although he's resting. So one of the questions that we had was, how do I get my team to do their job? And you guys are going to see me looking down a lot because I'm reading from notes. I don't have this material memorized okay, hold on. Kai, it's not working. Okay, well, use your computer, okay? Try it on your computer. Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll watch later. Sorry, guys. So remember, I'm a mom too. So at times I have to break what I'm doing to tend to Kai. He's the youngest of the boys. He's 11, and he requires a lot of attention. So I'll just leave that there. But anyway, so one of the questions that we covered in week 1 was, how do I get my team to do their job? Do you guys remember that question? Type a 1 in the comments if you remember that question. If not, then I'm going to go over how Curtis answered it, or kind of how he answered it from what I remember. In my notes I have, you get permission from people that you are leading. So you get permission from people that you are leading. That's one of the ways that you can get your team to do their job. And I think what he meant by permission is getting them to trust you. So once you get your team of folks to trust you, then they'll do their jobs just because they believe in what you're asking them to do. So they trust you, and that makes them more willing to be able to do what it is that is required of them to be successful in their roles. Okay? Is this making sense? All right. So that's that one. So thanks for the thumbs up if it makes sense. If I need to repeat some things, give me a number 2 in the comments to repeat. If I'm talking too slow, give me a number 3 so I can slow down, because I do talk really fast. It's just part of my nature. I don't know why. I just do. So the second session that Curtis had was how to grow people. So you guys may remember that complicated formula that he had for growth. This is actually Curtis's formula, which he created for growth, right? So growth equals E.A.P. to the 3rd power times A to the 2nd power. So it's growth equals E.A.P. to the 3rd power and A to the 2nd power. So I'm gonna explain what that means. So what it means is growth equals expectations times accountability times patience to the 3rd power times affirmation. So when you have a team, you have to make sure that you set clear expectations. And I have to do this in my business, okay? I have a bakery, and I have to let people know exactly what it is I need them to do. I need for you to make 40 cupcakes. And it's not just the cupcakes. I need 10 vanilla, I need 10 chocolate, 10 red velvet, and so on and so forth. So I have to be very, very specific about what it is that I expect for them to do, right? So expectations is the first thing. And next is accountability. Okay, so accountability for some people, which Curtis mentioned, some people think that it's to write you up, or that it's going to be a blow up session. And that's not what it is. What accountability is, I expect for you to do what I asked, and that's how you become accountable. So I asked you to make cupcakes. You're accountable to make those cupcakes. I need 50 cupcakes, and I need 10 of each flavor, each of our classic flavors, and that's what I expect. Sorry, we had an emergency broadcast thing. Okay, so that is part of the accountability. And then the third thing is patience. And Curtis gave this this part of the equation a 3. Like, so he takes it to the 3rd power, because he feels like it's so important that he gave it a power of 3. So that way we can make sure we emphasize patience, 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 right? So what that means is we have to work through it. And so if I go back to my cupcake example, I'm asking someone to make me these cupcakes, and I'm giving you exactly what you need to do for these cupcakes. Well, I have to be patient to allow you to do what I asked, right? I can't be like, hey, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? Why didn't you do it? Oh, why? What's wrong? No, I have to be patient and say, okay, you know what? I gave them a task of what I expected, and they are being held accountable. Now I have to have the patience and trust that they will do what it is that I asked them to do, right? So I can't just be like big brother and all on top of them, making sure that they have done what I've asked. Now, the next thing is affirmation. So once they've made the cupcakes, they've made the 50 cupcakes, all the flavors that I've asked them to make, now the affirmation part comes in. So for me to follow up, hey, how did the cupcakes look? Did they bake up? Did they sink? Do they taste right? Did you use the right ingredients? Like making sure that everything is completed as I expect it to be. And then I can say, good job. You know, you did exactly like I asked you. You did exactly what I asked you to do, and you did it well. So I thank you for doing a great job. Okay? You guys got that? The growth formula, should I repeat it? Because I can't type it in the comments right now because I can't type and talk and look at notes. It's a lot. So if you guys got that, could you give me a 1 in the comments and say, yay, I got it? Or 2, no, I didn't get it? Or 3, can you slow down? All right. Thank you. My mom said I nailed it. Thank you. All right. So that was week 2. So now I'm going to go to week 3. So as we all know, Curtis likes to use acronyms, right? So for week 3, I'm looking down at my notes. It's how to get your team working towards excellence. How to get your team working towards excellence. This is a big one. Oh, Lord. It makes me want to pray and pray some more and pray some more. Because I have a team of people, and it's just hard. And some of you may be business owners on here that have employees. And when you're trying to get people on your team to work with an attitude of excellence, everything that they do has to be done in excellence. How do you do that? How do you teach that? And so Curtis has an acronym for that. It's called RELATE. RELATE, relate. So the R stands for realize that you must be human. So me as a business owner, I can't be Superwoman. I can't do it all, right? So that means I have to have a team of people to help me, to run my shop, to help me bake. And I'm sorry I'm using all these scenarios that relate to me because I'm a business owner and I'm a baker, and I can fit my business in each one of these sessions. I mean, I really can. And so that's why I'm referencing what I have experienced, and hopefully you guys can glean from that as well. But R is realize that you must be human. So you're going to have to get a team of people to help you, right? And the next one is endeavor. It's E, endeavor to build relationships. So this is where you get the people who you're leading to trust you. And I'm going to use my mom in this example. I talked to her today. We talk like 5 times a day. So during one of our conversations today, she was telling me that her new leader or interim leader sees potential in her. And so she actually trusts this person who is her interim leader. And so he sees potential in her. And so she's willing to open up to let him know, well, hey, this is what I would like to do. These are my struggles. These are my areas that I need for improvement, And so when she's willing to open up to her leader, then he can help her to grow in the direction that she wants to go into by showing her how to get there, right? So if she has weaknesses in communication, then he could say, hey, Brenda, there's this communication course, or there's this book, or I want for you to work on communication. How about if I have you do X, Y, and Z, right? So that's going to help her get to where she needs to get to grow, because she trusts her leader enough to voice how she's feeling. Like she's able to look at herself and be transparent to her leader to let him know what it is that she's struggling with, so that way he can help her to get her to the next level, right? So that's E. The next one is L, level set expectations. So I experienced this today. So as I told you guys, I am a project manager, business analyst via my corporate experience. So today I had 3 meetings, okay? 2 of them were 2 hours and 1 was 1 hour. So it was a full day of meetings that I had to conduct. And so what I do before my meetings is I always level set. That way we get to the goal and we're not spending a lot of time talking about stuff that doesn't matter, and we can finish, hopefully early. So it's always good to level set, to set your expectations, to say, you know what? This is what we're going to talk about. I call it framing. So I frame my meetings. This is in the frame, ABC. And this is outside of the frame. We will get to it if we have time. And then we have stuff that is outside of the frame. I do not love meetings. That is not, I thought you were sick. Why are you making these jokes saying that I love meetings? I'm sick of meetings. Anyway, I'm talking to Curtis, so sorry. So anyway, so I try to keep my meetings to where they're always in the frame. That means we stay focused, we stay on task, and we meet our objectives, okay? So that's L, level set expectations, okay? A is assess productivity and culture always. So when you assess your productivity and your culture always, it allows you to stay focused, okay? It's going to allow you to stay focused, and it's going to allow you to grow, right? So for example, if I'm assessing my productivity, I'm taking it back to cupcakes, right? So I know we need to sell X amount of cupcakes per day, every day. So I'm going to keep that number in my mind, but not only for me, but also for whoever's working the shop. I'm like, hey, we need to sell this many cupcakes today. And as we go throughout the day, I will say, hey, you sold 20, you need to sell 100 more, whatever the number is. I'm going to make sure that number is in front of them. And that's how I'm able to assess the productivity, right? So that's important for you to have your growth. So that's A. T is talk to your team and get feedback. So we have to remember, as leaders, we do have teammates. And we want to understand what they're thinking, how they feel about things. So we always want to get their feedback, and this will also help us with our own improvement. So I may say to my employee downtown and say, hey, how's it going downtown today? And she may say, oh, it's kind of slow. So I said, well, what do you think we can do to make things better? So that way I'm allowing her to be creative and to let her know that I do think more of you than just being at this shop. Like, I want to hear your ideas. I want to get your feedback, because if it's something that I agree with, then we can implement the feedback and we can grow, because she's the best one to give me the feedback because she's there every day. So I need to ask her, how does she feel? How's it going? What can we do to make things better? And then I can get that from her, and then I can look at ways to make improvements for growth, right? So we have to talk to our team and get their feedback. Okay? So the next thing is encourage your team always. So this is one that I love, because I love people and I like to see people grow, and I'm going to always encourage. I encourage myself too. So I'm going to encourage my teammates. I'm going to encourage my friends. It doesn't even matter at this point. I'm just going to encourage you, because I want for everyone to win. I want for everyone to do well, and I want for you to do better. And sometimes we just need to give someone a pat on the back just to encourage them, to push them forward, to make them feel like, oh, you know what? I am doing a good job. So you know what? If I'm doing a good job, I'm going to do even better, because Sharndell recognizes that I'm doing a good job, and I want to keep doing the good job. So I'm going to do well tomorrow so I can get another praise, right? Because people love praise. They like to be encouraged, right? So that's relate. Did everyone get that? So could you give me a 1 in the comments if you got it, a 2 if you didn't get it, and what I need to repeat, and 3 if I'm talking too fast, I need to slow down. So I'm waiting for those comments to come in, a 1, a 2, or 3. Let me see the comments. Let me see the comments. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. Thank you. It's nice to have interaction, because I feel like I'm just talking to a phone and no one's like listening. So if I can get interaction, that's even better. So thank you, Ann, Karen, and Mom. Thank you guys for responding. All right. So next we have how to slay vampires. That was from last week. I'm sure you guys remember that one, right? Give me a 1 if you remember how to slay vampires. So what I'm going to do, we still have about 12 minutes. So I'm just going to take a quick moment to see if anyone has any questions or any concerns or any question that you may have for Curtis that I can take back to him that he can answer for you later. If you would just drop those in the comments, that'd be great. And also take a moment to share the video and to like the video. That would be great. All right. So I will move right along on how to slay vampires. So again, we have an acronym, and this one is FOCUS. F-O-C-U-S. FOCUS. Okay. You guys got that? I got a 3 from my Aunt Barbara. Am I talking too fast? So I slow down. That's FOCUS. F-O-C-U-S. That is the acronym for how to slay vampires. My mom says that's her favorite. I think a lot of people liked this one last week. So F is for face reality. You have to look at the truth of your current situation. I remember Curtis saying, if the baby's ugly, the baby's ugly. So, I mean, you got to face it. Face whatever it is that is the truth, and go from there. You may need to make some adjustments. If you don't like your truth, change it. If you can. So that's something that you can do when it comes to facing reality. O is objectives must be a priority. I like this one because it allows you to set goals for yourself. So objectives must be a priority. So you have to identify what are your goals. Ask yourself, what are my goals? If you have 5 of them, prioritize them. Like my goal may be to lose weight. I don't know. It could be to spend more time in prayer or go to the gym more or get up 10 minutes early so I can get to work on whatever it is. Okay. So set your goals and then prioritize them. Right? And that way you will keep them in front of you. You will know what's number 1, what's number 2, what's number 3, 4, and 5, right? So your objectives must be a priority. And basically it's your goals. Okay? Number C is consistently fight. Oh my gosh. How many days do we have to fight? Oh, we got to fight every day. Seems like it. Never stop fighting. It may be on your job to prove that you know what you're talking about, right? It could be with your kids to make them understand that I am the parent, you are the kid, I know more than you, so sit down somewhere. I mean, it could be anything, but we are consistently fighting. But when we consistently fight for things that we have set as our goals, then we can stay focused that way, right? So we consistently fight to stay focused to achieve our goals. So basically what I'm saying is don't let nothing get in the way of you and your goal. You fight and you fight and you fight your way through it. You knock them out, whatever it takes to get to your goals. And then you keep those goals as a priority for yourself. So that way you can reach where you need to be so you can grow. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is about. We want to grow. So how do we grow as individuals? How do we grow our teams? It's all about growth. So this one right here, consistently fight, will definitely help you grow because nothing will get in the way of you and what it is that you're trying to accomplish, your dreams, your goals, whatever it may be, okay? So fight. Knock them out. All right. Anyway, U is understand human nature. So this for me is a weakness because I will give so many chances just because I do understand human nature, and it gets in the way of my productivity. It gets in the way of my growth because, I may say, oh, well, my employee couldn't come in because she's sick or because, she has a kid that she has to take care of, or, she's worked hard and she's tired, or, whatever it may be. So although we have to understand human nature, we still have to set boundaries, right? We can't just allow someone to take advantage of your kindness because you do have an understanding, right? So for me, I was once a single parent. So any woman that was a single parent, I understood everything that she went through, especially if she was my employee. I would let her get away with everything because I have been there. And because I've been there, I understand. But see, that understanding got me in trouble because it was happening too frequently. I was understanding and I was losing money. See, and that doesn't go together. So you have to understand, but you have to have boundaries too. Right? All right. Oh, Lord. So it's interesting that I'm doing this live and a customer is calling. So anyway, I'll get to that later. But it's part of the job, right? Like I said, I'm Curtis's wife. I'm a boy mom. I have a corporate job and I have a business. So it just never stops. It's always something that is coming and going, and I'm just all over the place. So anyway, that's another topic for another day. All right. So S is see the end daily. I love this one too, because you have to keep the end goal in front of you all the time. So for me, as an example with my bakery, I know how many cupcakes I need to bake every single day. And the reason why I know that number is because I know my end goal number, right? So if my end goal number is I want to make, $100,000 for the month. That's my end goal. Well, how do I get there, right? So I backtrack. I got to sell this many cupcakes a day to get to that end goal. So I always have that end goal in sight of 100,000 cupcakes, right? So I know on Monday through Friday how many cupcakes I need to sell. And if I don't sell that many cupcakes week 1, guess what? I'm going to add it to the next week because I still got my end goal in mind. It's not going anywhere. Remember we talked about how we have to consistently fight. I'm going to consistently fight to get there. I'm going to get to my end goal. Nothing's going to stand in my way. If I got to go stand on the corner and say cupcakes for sale, come buy 100, whatever, I'm going to get to my goal. Nothing's going to keep me from getting there. So I'm going to be fighting. I'm going to be making sure that the people who work for me are mindful of the goal as well, because as a team, we're going to get there. And so in order for my team to understand my vision and run with it, I got to keep it in front of them, just like it's in front of me. So we all have to be on the same page. We have to level set and say, hey, this is what we're going to do this month. So I'm going to level set with them. I'm going to set the expectations. I'm going to keep it in front of them because I have a goal to reach. And no matter what I have to do, I'm going to get there. Because if I get there, then that's growth for me. That's growth for my business. That's more opportunities for my family. So we have to make sure we stay in the game to reach the goal at the end of the day. Okay? So that's how we slay vampires. Oh, you want to sell cupcakes, Ann? Well, I have to get you some. I'm going to ship you some, I guess. Who you going to sell them to? All right, so we have 4 more minutes left. So I will tell you this. We are still working on our website. It is so exciting. We have a lot of work to do. There's so many pieces to this pie of Elevate before we can call it not done, but we can put it on autopilot. And what that means is we plan to have the business in place to where we have courses to take. It'll be an e-course that people can take online. They can just register for the course and take it online without it having any involvement with me or Curtis. So that'll be that's one thing we're trying to get accomplished, but by the end of this month, hopefully, is his e-course. We're also going to have one-on-one sessions. We have a free one-on-one session, and then we're going to have, I think it's a 90-minute session and then maybe like a 90-day session. We haven't really worked out all the kinks yet, but we're going to have 3 sessions, and one of the sessions is free. So if you have any concerns or questions, or if you're trying to figure out how to fight your vampires or slay your vampires, call Curtis so he can have a conversation with you. He can help get you on the right path to get to where you want to go, which is to reach your dreams. How do I get there? How do I, shape leaders for tomorrow within my organization? Like my mom, she trusts her interim leader, so she's willing to share with him what her goals are, things that she needs to improve upon, so he can help her get there. And that's what a good leader does. They grow people, right? So if you need help with any of this, call Curtis. Schedule your appointment. It's free. I mean, who doesn't? It's 15 minutes for free. It's not a lot of time, but you can get a lot of information because Curtis has a lot of intellectual property. So what you'll get from him in 15 minutes will probably take you to the next level if you just execute what it is that he's going to tell you to do, okay? So that's the next thing. We also have the ebook. It's a book of quotes. It's a lot of inspiration. Go download the ebook. It's $20, but there's a lot of good quotes in there that could help to lift you up or may change your mindset a little bit and help you to see things differently. And Curtis has commentary within his ebook, so that will help you to see things from a different point of view, right? And so our website is coming. Is WeMustElevate.com. So if you go to the website, WeMustElevate.com, if you go there, then you can sign up for a free consultation. We call it a strategy session, a free 15-minute strategy session. And you can also download the ebook, right? So it's a one-stop shop to get what we have available today, but we do have more coming, and we're excited about it. We're kind of, making sure that everything is in place. We don't want to release something before it's ready, so it may take us a little bit more time to get there with our crazy lifestyles, but we are getting there, and we're hoping that you guys will stay connected. So thank you so much for joining. We have a minute left, so if there are any questions. Oh, thanks, Ann and Karen. I'm happy that you guys like the book. So we have 1 minute. Any last questions or any comments? If not, then we will close out. All right. Thank you, guys. And if you're just now joining, I am Sharndell. I'm Curtis's wife. He's not feeling well, and that's why you don't see him here, okay? So we're going to close out for the night, and we will see you guys next week. All right. Bye.